Hey everyone, welcome back to the Strategy Vault. It's episode number 36, and you're tuned in to Marketing Monday. Today, we're diving deep into another powerful strategy to help you level up your marketing game. Let's get started. Before we do, I'm going to have you guys please support the channel. Head to YouTube, sign up to our YouTube, subscribe here. I'm going to put the banner up right now. It's also written in the comments. Appreciate your guys' support. Love you guys. Go sign up. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to pass you to Felix now. He's going to get into
And
the
please
meat and
comment.
potatoes.
Comment your business. Comment the name of your business. Comment what you do. Tell us what's your problem, what you're looking like, what you're looking to fix in your business, and we'll try to either get it to talk about it on the live or get you on Friday to ask you a question and get to interview you or whatever. Talk about it. Just like having fun talks about business. So yeah, let's get going. Marketing Monday, bro. Storytelling. On a lu sur le storytelling en fin de semaine. We're still on the. Do you have the book, Andy? Do you have the book close? I don't know where I left it. So we could show it to our.
No, I don't have it handy. I have it on. I listened to it on audio book,
Where is it?
but I think you should have a copy over there, Mr. Terry O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. Amazing
What a
book.
fantastic book! What a fantastic book, though. Honestly,
It's packed
very
with
enlightening.
insights.
Very. Yeah.
Not only for not only
It's
it's
like
not only a marketing book. It's not only like an advertisement
Man,
guide.
I find it applies. It applies to, like, for example, us. We're talking to each other, and I want to convince you of an idea. Man, there's principles in the book that I can use to get you to convince you to see it my way. You know, when you're trying to explain to somebody something and you have a hard time explaining yourself. I find it doesn't just apply to like products and stuff like that. It's just like the crazy thing about it is it also applies to how you sell your ideas.
All you ask yourself the right questions. Are you asking yourself the right questions? Are you on the right path to promote your values and promote what you really want to promote? Or you're out there just missing opportunities because you're not really engaging with clients properly. You know, you're not really trying to.
What's up, Brock?
Like,
how you doing, bud?
Promoting your products. You know. Today we're going to be talking about storytelling and why storytelling is so important about your like why you should use storytelling to tell the word about your message, to tell the word about your project, your idea, your products, and how storytelling moves people. You know, it in profound ways that other selling techniques cannot match. It's just not a match. You don't pay for a good, you pay for the story. Us as human beings, we're emotional creatures, and sometimes stories are more compelling than the product itself, you know. So sometimes we're buying the story. A great story is not just information, and we talked about that last week, how sometimes in marketing, businesses are just pitching information. They're doing information dump on their clients. You know, sending information. We're all guilty of that. I was guilty of that for a long time. I was getting the team to just write bulk of text in their email. Why
information? Just throwing information, the features, the benefits. Everybody likes a good story, no? Everybody likes a nice story.
We want to know what, when, where.
I think you said this last week when we were talking about it. The eBay, was it you who gave the eBay story?
The eBay story.
You see two different listings, same price, or even with one's more expensive. The one that's more expensive, it's the same exact product, but that one has better, like a better
storyline. All right.
You're more compelled to go for that one, and it's cool how it works, you know. And that story with the Honda. Like how Honda bikes weren't selling at some point because people wanted to feel cool when they were riding the bikes.
It's because,
and then when they did that focus group and they tried to figure out why the bikes weren't selling, why the Honda bikes weren't selling, and it wasn't because of the price, it wasn't because of the specs, it wasn't because of the speed. And then somebody in the focus group said,
The manager,
"What's
the
your
manager of the focus group.
what's your favorite?" Ask people, "What's your favorite bike? What's your favorite motorcycle?" And what did they say? Kawasaki, right? They said Kawasaki, and then said, "Okay, interesting. Why is Kawasaki?"
No, they
Not
said
specifically
they
why is
asked.
Kawasaki.
The
They asked
question was the
what
actual question
actor
was
what actor
yes,
does this bike remind you of?
exactly,
Who does this bike remind you of? And they said, what did they say? Clint Eastwood. They said
because it
this
was at
bike
the
reminds me
time.
of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, in the
So
70s.
then they asked, I forgot who. Then they asked, what does this bike remind you of? The Honda. What did they say? Some like random actor or some like oh no, it was like a softie. It was like a softie actor.
Yeah, but this guy was he was presenting these game
Was that Nigo
TV shows, these game TV shows. He was just present like these nerds with the like la cravate. He was just a game, a TV show. I don't know how they
Yeah,
call it, bro. Les
pocket
jeux
bike,
là, les jeux
pocketbook.
télévisés. Ouais, c'est ça. Il présentait un jeu télévisé comme la
Ah
poule
ouais,
aux œufs
c'est ça.
d'or or some stuff like that. Yeah, he was just like a TV, comme almost a TV prompter. Tu comprends là? Comme c'était rien de sérieux.
Yes, sir.
So they knew exactly. Honda knew exactly what was wrong with their bike. They were the nerdy bike. They were not, and people were trying to be cool sitting on a bike. You're not trying to be a nerd sitting on
Bro,
a bike. You're trying to be cool.
bro, you know what? It's hilarious. I'm happy that
Their
I'm happy
problem
that
was the
Paige is here because
storytelling.
I want to share a story. Paige is here, bro. Back in the day when we used to all hang around Lausanne. I don't know if you remember. We had a pocket bike. We had the pocket bike days.
Ah, bro, it
Our
tellement
area
dérangeant.
was dominated by. I'm sure your dad was pissed.
He was pissed. Yeah,
All the area we had
I remember.
pocket bikes, and bro, those pocket bikes were all the same. They were the same quality. They were all the same thing. Dude, me and Paige bought one on eBay because it was the branding. Okay, it was the same pocket bike, but the company was Giovanni Motorsport. It was an Italian name. It looked like a premium brand. And we're like, oh, bro, let's go get this one, bro. It looks better. That's why it's funny. We use the eBay story because we literally bought those pocket bikes on eBay. And bro, they were exactly the same. They were the same things like the ones we bought on De La Rancide or whatever. So it's funny that it's all about storytelling.
You know
it's all
what's
about like
we all have stories like that. You know why? Because we're meaning seeking creatures. We're trying to find a meaning in everything. You know?
It's true.
Anything and everything that could make us think that we're especially when we were kids. If you're a girl, you were trying to be the princess in the castle, and if you were a boy, you were trying to be the hero in some way. As kids, it was that, and then later on, you move on to something else. Sports, you're trying to like your sports hero when you grow like 10 to 13 years old, 16. Some of them, some of us stay in the sport. I still have sports hero, Tom Brady. I'm still. Tu comprends? J'ai encore but these make you feel some type of when Tom Brady gets on the thing and promotes a certain product, you feel different because this guy brought you in some all kinds of emotions beforehand. Before you even got there.
It's the same thing with like, and I would argue that when it comes to UFC, for example, UFC, how much are the fighters selling the fight? Like McGregor, he was the best at that. Yeah, sure, he was an amazing fighter, but how good was he at trash talking and at selling the hype, selling the fight? That guy gave a good story. That guy, when he used to come when he used to talk in front of everybody before the fights, man, you couldn't wait for the next UFC fight to come to watch Conor fight, And then
they would probably tell you that the story was the most important thing of the fight. They would probably tell you that. I bet you they would tell you that the story was the most selling point of the fight, because you could get tickets for the fight, but there's so many pay-per-view around the world that are not 100%. Like they don't understand, like they don't necessarily understand English, but they know there's a fight going on around. There's a hype, and they understand. Like, you know what? Fights are on Friday night, I think. And Friday night, most of the time we're tired. And I remember everybody was talking about fights during the weekdays at work. People were talking about fights. Oh wait, to be hyped about a fight on Friday night instead of going home and you're tired, you want to go. I remember I was when there was a fight after work. It had to be something crazy. It had to be something hyped up for
Right,
me
because
to
they were
give up
competing
my
against your Saturday night, and they were competing with, for example, going to I don't know, going to a club. You're young, right? Going to the club or whatever you do on a Saturday night. So they're
watching pay
set.
per view is not a appel.
They have
It's
to
not a pelletry.
sell to you
Yeah,
to stay home, and or I guess go to a bar and order the channel or
go
whatever.
to a bar. That's what I was doing. I was going to the bar
Right.
and I was watching the fight with friends. I was I was super tired. Normally the fights are on Friday, right, or Saturday. I don't know.
Friday or
I don't
Saturday,
remember.
yeah.
Friday or Saturday.
One of the
I watched the fights
regardless,
on Friday. That's why.
exactly. That's what it all.
But
It's what it's all about.
But
It's all
when the
about storytelling.
story
It's all
is
about
crazy, McGregor, like you said, was bringing those crazy stories. He was, je veux voir c'est qui va
yes,
gagner. You were so like hyped up about the
yeah,
fight.
of course,
You didn't care if you were tired. You were there on Friday night. You were
yeah.
there to watch the fight, and that's why they made millions. These guys, bro, they made so much money, especially at the beginning. Those were like the legends, like the OGs of UFC.
GSP,
Yeah,
Anderson
bro,
Silva.
GSP. This guy like is on every like video games and stuff like that. These guys are legends,
They are.
So, and I mean, yes, the brain is not interested in sameness. It's interested in unusual and different. So if you bring something the same way others are bringing it, you're just the mass. You're just noise. You're considered noise. Nobody's gonna, you know. It needs something different. It needs something that, and we're gonna talk about this. How to make it different. How to bring the storyline up to life. Because why do you want to do this? Because organizations that are obsessive with their branding and that are almost always trying to like get their story out there, they're market leaders. If you really think about
They
they
are.
are the market
They really
leaders
are.
of their
They're
industry.
industry leaders. Yeah,
Yes.
100%.
If you control the storyline, you pretty much control the industry. You know. So it's worth thinking about it. It's worth taking the risk to just spend some time on that. It's not going to cost you money to do that. It's just spending the time. If you're busy on the weekdays, well, you're gonna have to work on the weeknights to find out about your brand storyline. If you want to get out of the do it yourself solopreneur lifestyle, you might think about your brand and how it's translating in every marketing you do. You need a package. Your package needs to be en français on dit cohérent. I don't know if you could say that in English. Coherent.
Coherent.
So your business card, think Disney. Think Disney. If you go to Disney World, everything is Disney. Even the plastic cups, even like everything. Your hats, your glasses, everything is Disney. You got out of there, you smell like Disney World. Everything
Right.
is made to make you think
100%.
like, oh no, but Disney is so different. Like they're very different.
And they're the kings
Why?
at that. They're the kings at storytelling.
Kings
Huh?
of branding and storytelling. They're the kings.
Yeah.
They created that.
If you really think about it, man, Steve Jobs did a lot with storytelling.
Yeah, of course,
Steve Jobs had his fair
Also,
share.
yeah.
And you think
He
about also
was
Pixar. Pixar is Steve Jobs who started. I think it was Steve Jobs who started Pixar, or he revived Pixar? Pixar. He was the king.
Yeah.
He was the king at selling, the king at marketing. And I love using him as an example, obviously. And I know it's classic. It's classic to use him as an example. So let's use. I want to use different examples because like classic like classroom examples are being used. Apple and
Yeah,
this and that, but
all the time.
like
All
all
the
the
time.
time, like for
It's
a reason
hard to
though.
not go there
It's hard
because
to not. Yeah,
they literally
are
like
the
for the
king.
past 30 years, they literally are the example, or I would say the l'étude de cas parfait, the case study, the perfect case study is Apple for the past 30 years. We have to say that. They are the best at creating genuine experiences for their customers. And you go there and
they're
you
the prime example. I think
you feel like you're in the future,
they're the prime example of giving value and not looking at the price tag when you're making a purchase. We always we're scared about our price. Our price is only a problem when value is absent. And and I'm the type of person that I'm careful when I buy stuff. I'm like, I don't spend foolishly. Let's just put it like that. My friends who know me, who are watching right now, they're probably laughing right now. But I'm not somebody who I'm not somebody who spends foolishly, man. Like I take care, And when it comes to Apple products, that's one thing. I'll just whenever I'm due for a new phone, I don't look Samsung, Google. I just go straight to the Apple store. Okay, what's the newest Apple phone right now? Okay, good. Now I have to buy a new laptop. What do you think I'm gonna go?
But why is that, George? Why is that?
Start looking at Dell computers and stuff.
But why is that? The stories, stories
it's
like
just because of the
the Apple stories in the 90s, because now it's a little different.
Because they make me believe. It's because of the it's not different. It's because of the storytelling. It's all because of the storytelling. I'm a trap. I'm like a number one victim to their story. It's falling for their stories. Like in my mind, they are the top of the food chain when it comes to the technology. In my mind, and it might not necessarily be true. And because of that, because of my perception of it, I'm automatically just going to go to Apple and get a new phone and a new laptop. Even though I hear some people around me saying like, you know how it is, Samsung versus Apple, Dell, Windows versus Mac. And a lot of people will tell me like, nah, bro, go get a Dell, go get a PC, way more RAM, this and that. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's so like engraved in my brain.
But you know what Apple did, like I feel like now it's a little less not important, but we take that now I feel like kids are taking all the products that we have for granted. But back in the days, those revolutionized our lifestyle literally, because Apple, with their product line, disrupted like industries, and that were their statement basically. That was their storyline. Oh, you want to have all the music you want in your pocket.
Yes.
At any time you want. And it disrupted. Yeah, boom! They disrupted the music industry, the whole CD market. It's done.
They they brought up a point in the chapter that Apple gives you empowerment. They give you empowerment. Oh, you want the power back in? Okay, let us disrupt.
You want to text your friends for free?
Disrupt.
You want to text your friends for free?
Want to text your friends for free? Let us disrupt the cell phone carrier industry. You want to
charging you for each SMS you were sending your friends to. Now they have to give it to you for free.
You want
to compete.
You want to take nice pictures? Wait, let us disrupt the photography industry.
Nice pictures with your phone, man. No need for a fucking camera. Like these guys were all about giving you empowerment. So
exactly.
What happened there is basically they gave you more value. It's not just a product. It's something that actually lets me be more free. I have more freedom now. And when you add value to something that has no value, because it's only like this pocket phone or pocket MP3 or whatever you want to call it, as it requires the same energy, it's the same value, it's the same thing as another one. But these guys, they through the story of their branding, the way they branded it, c'est incomparable. Tu vas te dire tout de suite, je vais aller m'acheter un I'm gonna go buy an iPhone. I'm gonna go buy that. Ça a été le réflexe d'à peu près tout le monde. and value. You have value. You create margin. You create margin. You create profit.
But we could be honest that the storytelling is, we can argue that it's the most important thing, right? The marketing and the storytelling is the most important thing behind the brand. But if you have a shitty product, like they have good products, man. I still have the same, like the iPhone X. I moved on to another iPhone, but I still have it and it still works. After 5 years, it still works. It still takes nice pictures. It's still, you know, you need to still like back it up, right? Because it's gonna get a lot of customers feet into the door. Good marketing, right? And then they're not gonna rebuy from you if the product is not good. So you need both, right? But storytelling is the most important, bro. Like it's
But
everything.
I feel like
And then it's
what
how
you
they
just said.
keep.
You just said like you were able to keep taking nice pictures after a couple years.
Right.
That goes on with their story that you're gonna have fun with your phone for a long time and take nice pictures for a long time. If you buy
Yeah.
a Samsung, I'm very sorry for you, but in 3 years from now, your Snapchat thing and your Instagram stories are gonna look like shit, my friend. I'm sorry, your Samsung, throw that away, man. Samsung's 2 day, 2 week, they get
Like I
water
hear people
inside,
saying
whatever.
that
It's not
Samsung
the same
apparently
quality.
apparently Samsungs have better cameras, and I hear people saying, and I don't even care. I don't even care to go look because for me, I'm already
It's
no.
true.
I'm serious. I don't care. I don't care. If you tell me that their camera is better, I'm still going for another Apple. I'm still going for another iPhone. Always, until further notice, I'm just gonna keep buying the new iPhone. They deserve it. Like they're just so good with their marketing. Yeah, they make actually amazing products. So, and yeah, they're crazy expensive. But like
and
for
they
me, like
and,
that
and they were
iPhone, like
able to
still
create
like
amazing
6 years
like
old and it still works.
c'est une des compagnies les plus it's one of the most valued company in the world. Their profit margin are incredible.
It is.
Why is that? So the quality product that you value is not you're not paying just for that. You're also paying for a lot of profit margin that they reinvest into marketing massively.
Mm-hmm.
So understand that you're literally buying Apple's marketing for the future.
Dude, what's crazy is that, man, from the iPhone 14 Pro Max to the iPhone 16 Pro Max, every single fucking upgrade of iPhone is the same thing, bro. You see
Same
those
thing.
memes all the time. The product development team, and they just change, like they make the screen just a bit bigger,
And
and
they
they
bring it
keep
back
selling us on it.
smaller, and then, yeah,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
hundred
yeah, yeah.
percent.
They keep selling us on that. And we keep going back regardless. Meanwhile, apparently, I don't know, Samsung 100 megapixel camera, this, that.
So what does the
Don't care.
story do? What does the story do, George? What does the story do to you? The story means that you start attaching a secondary meaning to the
Look how I
product
defend
that you're buying.
look how I defend it. Look how I defend it. Whenever somebody comes Samsung this, that, it's like we're enemies. It's like, nah, bro, Apple's my boy. You know what I'm trying to say? The same thing with PlayStation and Xbox. The same thing with Microsoft and Sony. There's the same thing. You have these little arguments with your friends, like what's better, which console's better, PS or Xbox,
They're the
and
same,
why?
bro. They're pretty much the same. They have to
No,
be
they're
the
not,
same.
bro. No,
They
they're
have to
not,
be the
bro. Because
same.
Sony sold me the story. They sold me. I'm never going back
I'm not. I never bought an
to
Xbox.
Microsoft.
I was a PlayStation
Until
guy.
further notice. But I don't know. I have to think about it. Why? I have to think why. I think because I was a PlayStation guy and I'm loyal, and they never gave me a reason to change. Yeah.
But why
But it's funny
why
when you think about it. You ask yourself those questions like why, you know? For some things, look, for brands that I'm not aware about, like let's say for example, I'm buying a yo-yo. I don't know anything about yo-yos. I'm not married to any brand. That's when I'm going to go out and make a logical decision because I'm going to look on YouTube and I'm going to make appropriate decisions. Okay, I want
but
this
if I
yo-yo.
sell but if
If
I
I do the
sell
sleeper
you
for
if I
laundry,
sell you the benefits of yo-yos before sleep, and I tell you that they help you build your brain cells for the future. Because as an old, if I tap on some specific emotional
Hmm.
thing and I sell you this yo-yo based on some XYZ percentage of increasing your brain before sleep, it helps you sleep better. And I know that people who are trying to go to sleep and they have problems sleep, they're also like, apparently they're trying to look for a new hobby at the same time. Boom. I have a storyline. I'm trying to sell you through this story. Like I'm just trying to build something. Like everything has its thing. Everything has its storyline that you could build upon. And I feel like you need to ask yourself the right questions. Why you're there? Why did you start this yo-yo business in the first place? Into 2024, why are you there? Why this? Why a yo-yo? Oh, my dad was at a hobby business, and I tried all yo-yos around the world. I was in the yo-yo business for 25 years. Okay, cool. And why this yo-yo? Ah, because yo-yo is, it's different. It's blah, 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 blah. You need to sit down and write down all these things and build your story and script a story, elevator pitch. Like all these things will be this. Ça va être distillé. I don't know how to say that word. You're gonna have to help me, George, with
Distilled.
distillé. Distilled. You need to create
Like
a story that will build other little stories around,
that will
and all your marketing is.
instill. I think you're looking for I don't know how to say it in French. Instill, like a story that will instill.
So you start with your storyline. You start with something that's your base. It's your core value. It's who you are, why you're there, why did you start this company, um, what's your differentiator, why did you create this service, why would you do this, and why would your client buy from you instead of buying from other people. And if you're not answering those questions in your story, you're just dumping information. People are not interested in that. People are not interested in just information. People have information. If they're looking for information, they're gonna ask. They don't want information. People want to know why you're here. That's what the people want to know. Actually, people are
When you
listening
go
to
get
this
a car,
podcast.
oh, you're going to buy a new car at the dealership. What do you want to know? How are you going to get sold?
New car or old car?
If I just a new car, I'm pushing all these features on you, this, that, horsepower, no.
Toyota. I would buy a Toyota. I'm on the market for a Toyota. Why would I buy a Toyota in 2024? Last time I bought a
Just
Toyota,
things never break down.
I had nothing. I had no issues with the car. No issues with the car. So easy to drive. I was able to. We did 200,000 kilometers with the car with no problems at all. That's freedom. That's safe. That's safety in my mind. My next car will be a Toyota because it's peace of mind. I'm not in the market for a Dodge Journey. I'm in the market for an hybrid Toyota RAV4 or Highlander. Let's
You
say.
are, but let's say like a young guy, he goes into the dealership and he tells the guy or the person selling the cars that he's looking for something to make an impression on people. That's his goal.
Okay.
His goal
Yeah.
is not necessarily safety. He wants to make an impression on people. I don't think Toyota has those kind of cars, right? If he was going to, for
Yeah.
example,
There's
a
the
Mercedes
Supra.
dealership,
There's the Supra.
do they still make Supras?
They
No.
make they have the new Supra. If I'm a Toyota dealer, sales guy, and I have a guy like that, I can't let him out
Oh,
without
they
checking and
do.
trying the
Toyota
Supra.
G. Oh man, that's beautiful. Okay, wow.
Are
I
you
thought they stopped
serious?
making those a long time ago. Yeah, I
Ben
actually thought they
no.
stopped making them.
They have to try the
When I
Supra.
thought Toyota, I just thought reliability and you're gonna have a car that your great grandson or daughter is gonna be driving
Or
when they
if
get
you're a Toyota Lexus, sometimes they have both brands. You just cross to the
yeah.
other building and you go sell them a Lexus.
Ah, that's true. That's true.
I'll send them to Lexus. But I don't know if we're still on topic
But would you
here
go there
because
for
the
that
thing.
though? If you think about it, yeah, we are on topic because like, would they sell that storyline to the guy? Would they just try to shove him what he is looking or her is looking for in a
So whose
car?
job is the storyline? Like it's really Toyota marketing team to do the storyline. They're sitting and they're doing ads on football Sunday night, and they're selling us the new Camry or the new Toyota RAV4. They're selling us what I told you about. They're selling us about safety and peace of mind and having a car that lasts for
Exactly.
years. That's what they're
But
selling
they still
us.
have a segment of their market that wants to have the nice cars. So would you say a Lexus is like reliability and class and performance and all
Lexus is drivability and I would
and
say
safety? I think safety and reliability as
it's
well.
it's comfort and reliability, bro. These cars last forever.
And they're also beautiful.
They're
They're
beautiful
beautiful,
cars,
sexy cars.
you know. And they have
Yeah.
sports car as well. The LFA, bro, is a very nice sports car. So, but
Yes,
for the
sir.
storyline,
Found what else you wanted to you want?
well, I don't know, bro. It's 31 minutes. It's up to you, bro. Il y a plein de choses qu'on peut parler de ça, man. Il y a plein d'histoires qu'on peut
Let's go
parler sur
another
le.
10. Let's
Yeah, of
let's go
course, of
another
course.
10 minutes. Perfect.
Um,
But before we go any further, I just want to remind you guys, our banner is still there. If you guys are watching, show us some love. Go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. We're at what 15 subscribers in like a month and a half. It's not bad. It's growing. We have like 800 views on our videos, so stuff's picking up, man.
I want to
Yeah,
make it
appreciate you guys.
clearer, look, like for our viewers, like what people should do first to create their storyline for their business. And I wrote here some good questions for people to start with, because the best marketing is genuine, it's real, and it's organic. It's what you have in hand. It's what you have right now. We have friends that we know well, friends. I say friends, but Rick's Quinta's owner, Rick's brother is in man-made, the man-made brand. Have you seen the man-made
No, of course, those guys are
advertisements?
killing. Those guys are
They're
killing
killing
it,
it,
man.
bro.
Doesn't it?
It's
Their marketing
amazing.
makes you want, man. Their marketing makes me want to go get some underwear. I
hundred
haven't tried
percent.
their underwear yet. I haven't tried their underwear, but as
Me
soon as I get back
neither.
to Montreal, I need to get myself a pair, and I need to
Yeah,
try
me
their underwear
too.
because their marketing is on point. Like those guys are killing it with the marketing.
And they
And
understood very well
I
the
don't even need to try
storyline
it, and
thing.
I already know that. I already know. Yeah, they did understand it very well, and I'm already sold. I've been sold actually. I'm just waiting to. I don't know if these ship to Europe, but as soon as I get back to Montreal, it's one of the first things I'm gonna do is get myself a pair, for sure.
Yeah, we need to ask Rick about that. But the best marketing is organic. So it's the stuff that you could do at home with your camera, with your cell phone, um, um, on the field. Like me and George did. This podcast is some type of storyline. Because we're creating a story here. Me and George, we didn't wait until we were all the way up there. Hey man, I was fair studio. We didn't have money for studio,
Mm.
by the way. And even if I had some money aside, it was not the point. The point was not to create a studio right away. The point was to create the story actually and build on it, some type of structure, and see if later on ça marche, puis qu'on voit si. But this podcast is all about it. You are witness of the story of me and George building this with our viewers, with the people around us, telling us, "Hey, c'est bon ton podcast, c'est nice. I have nice conversation with people on the field. Quand je travaille, les
Yeah, I
gens
got
de
a
tous les
lot of
jours
nice
me le disent."
messages about. I got a lot of nice messages about our podcast, by the way. So it's always encouraging to see messages like that because like it's not easy. It's not easy, and you need those little W's, And I consider that a mini W. Though they stack up, and then you get a bunch
Mhm.
of people that say, "Hey, good job. I learned a lot." And we had somebody last week who bought the book because we were discussing it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
yeah.
said, "Hey, I have an issue with organization. What we
Mhm,
do on
mhm.
Wednesday,
The GTD.
or
Oh yeah,
sorry,
yeah,
Tuesday,
GTD method.
the GTD method exactly." and they were sold on the book the way we were describing it because of how much it helped us, right? So
So you could
it's really
start
really cool
now.
to hear that.
We like that stuff, you and me, George. We like actionable stuff, so people could just start
Yeah,
now. So
let's
let me
go
just go with
go
the
boom boom
questions.
boom, take off.
Um, let's go with the first one. Why was the company established? Just tell us why. Why was the company established? That's a very interesting one. You could go on for a long time with that question. What does the product do so much better than the competition? How was it developed? So, what did you guys do to find that idea? What are some of your best customer service stories? We want to hear about that. Your customers, your new customers, your future customers, they want to hear about that. They're not going to tell you. They're going to sneak on your website to see if you have real stories about other customers that were happy with your services. And what are those stories? And write them down and think about them and try to get these clients, try to call them back and put that as a W on the board to get these clients to agree to put their story on your website. That's a good task to put, like, that's a good challenge for next week.
Social proof is
100%,
priceless.
100% du concret, là. Ce que tu peux faire concrètement by next week, these things, they don't cost you nothing. You could start that right now, and they help you build your storyline for your business, for your brand. What are some of the
I
most
think I just want to add
fascinating?
something.
Yeah,
I
sorry,
think
sorry.
just to touch your point, I'm a huge believer of social proof. Not a believer, I know it's a fact that social proof, having reviews and stuff like that, makes you explode. In so many instances, when we're calling, we're not known, and we're calling big like usins, big warehouses for our
Mhm.
cleaning services. They don't know who we are, and just a little Google search, who is this stranger, Uninet, who is this stranger Uninet calling me about cleaning, who are these people? They just do a quick search, and all of a sudden they see you have 4.96 rating, 500 stars. Okay, these people are no joke. Right off the bat, it eliminates um, the,
Doubts.
all the doubts in their mind. They're like, okay, I know that this is a reputable company, and I know for almost 100% certainty that this company can solve my problem by social proof. If they were able to solve all those customers' problems, why can't they solve mine? So I just wanted to touch on that how much a huge advocate for that
You
like
need to have a system to get those stories, to get those
I agree,
um,
100%.
so these companies that have a system, not only do they have stories, yeah, you have one, two, three. If you have a system to gather the stories, it's just going to make it easier for you to not think about it and get the stories back. So I have
Yeah.
automations, workflows to send emails to get the stories back. It's hard work. I'm still working on that. We're not perfect. I say that like we do that so helplessly, but no, it's actually hard work. You need to work on automations. On peut vous aider à faire ça d'ailleurs. We're working on, me and Jordan are actually working on something to help people automate some simple these will be so mainstreamed in 5 years. Everybody are gonna mainstream all these tasks and these workflows. Right now you need to program them by yourself and you need to do it by yourself. I agree, it's a grind. But if you don't learn these skills by the next 5 years, you're just gonna pay other people all the time to do it. It's easy. Like it's some easy stuff. You just need to sit down for a weekend with us. We'll show you. You create a make account, and we'll automate any of your. I don't care what you have, QuickBook, whatever. We'll fix it. We'll automate your automatic replies and get the stories back, guys. So yeah, I was about to say, what are some of the most fascinating problems the company has solved? That's a good one. That's my favorite. What are the most, because problems
Amazing.
goes beyond products. What problems are you solving for the society? Those are perfect for stories, guys. If you're trying to build a story and you're fixing something for the environment, let's say, or you're fixing some water issue problem, some water you're able to save water in some way. Us at Uninet, we're really hard on that. We're trying to, like, as much as we can, save all the soap that's going everywhere through all the plants and all the treatment. We're trying to save us some soap, save us some on using the soap as much as we can. So we're big on that. We're big on water, saving water, because it's an issue all around the world. And I think that if we could fix water issue and water problems and not contaminate as much as we can, well, it's also a great story
That's a
to tell
good thing.
people.
Amazing.
People are gonna feel, hey man, these guys are actually caring. They care. Us in our countries, il y a des places où ils n'ont pas d'eau, bro. Tu sais, il y a des endroits où you can't just use water carelessly like that. You need to, they in some places it started, they pay for water. Us in Quebec, we don't live right. I think some place
we pay for water here. I pay for water
in Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. I get
in
water
most
bill.
places you need
It's
to pay for water.
Cost me
So
like
we're
20
living in a
euros,
bubble. Yeah.
20 euros per month per apartment for water bill. And even here
Imagine.
in Germany, I think you guys pay for water here in Germany, right? How much? Yeah, gas, yeah, for sure. Water, how much it costs? Huh? Yeah. It's like 20 euros also here in Germany. So yeah, they pay for water here. But that's probably coming soon to a theater near you in Canada as well. I don't see why not.
It has to, man. And it was part of our plan. I was like, it has to be part of the plan. So if you're fixing problems right now, this is not a problem that we're fixing for our clients. Our clients don't have that as a problem, but we're seeing ahead. We're thinking ahead, and this could export. Or that idea. If you're telling me you pay for water in Germany, and I have a window cleaning solution that's saving the planet, and also is also saving you on your water bill.
But it's in the plans to bring that tech over here.
It is in the
plans.
plan.
In the plans. It's in the plans to bring it here because we know it's going to work well here. We know that because of how conscious they are about saving water, saving the planet over here, more so than Canada, I would say.
Yeah,
it's very, very, very. They're a very green country, but Europe in general, they have crazy standards when it comes to that. So, like, to add to your story, it would be a good idea to come here in Germany to.
So just for people to understand,
that your water machine.
Just so I could explain really what we're talking about here, just so people are not lost. We at Uninet developed a window cleaning solution to be able to clean with pure water without having the problem of. So for people who know about pure water cleaning, normally you have to plug in yourself at the client's outlet and you filter water on site. But the filtering process, you need to have, they call it the flush water. So you need to flush a lot of mineral, mineral filled water. It's a wastewater valve. So and it just goes in the drain. It's literally what it's called, wasting water. So you're just wasting water in the process of filtering water just to clean windows. So I feel like using pure water is still better than using soap to clean, because soap goes and depending on how much you're using the soap, and there's all kinds of chemists out there who are using soap, all kinds of different types, and we don't want to deal with that. So we are using the pure water system, but the waste of the water is a problem that most window cleaners don't care, and they just roll with the wave of not having to really pay for water right now, and they're emptying, they're just pumping water and just brushing windows.
Would there be a way?
Carelessly.
Is there a way to recycle that water and reuse it?
Of course, and that's what we're doing at Uninet, and that's what we're working right now. We're not at zero waste of water, but at least we're recycling it, and we're also working on 100% recycling through the recycling of the mineral water through plants. So we're gonna use that wastewater that's left over to water plants. because they need that mineral filled water.
Interesting. That's very, very smart.
So it's going to be
But
100%
is,
used.
is the demineralized water good for plants? Like, do plants need the minerals from the
So
water,
like I
or
said,
does it work
the
just as?
through the filtering, we're keeping the
Yeah.
pure water, and
Okay.
we're rejecting the mineral filled water that
Instead
plants
of throwing
need.
it out,
So instead of throwing it
the
out, we're giving
genius.
it to plants, and they're using those
Amazing.
minerals to grow.
Amazing.
So yeah, so we're working on that project. I won't say more because it's still on the. I don't want to say more. We'll talk later about it. But these are great. Like, why I'm talking about this, because people want to know why I took the time. You're gonna ask me why. We're gonna talk later on, and you're gonna ask me why do you take we took more than 10 minutes. We took like 7 minutes just to talk about my project. But why? Because people are interested. Why is the important part? Why me, Felix, am I still in the window cleaning business? Because the why is more important than the product itself. The product is not really important. The why is saving the planet, and the why is for later on, because there's not going to have so much water reserves 20 years from now. So we're going to need those solutions, because we're not going to go to work in dry, dirty spaces. We're still going to need these places cleaned, but in
It's
a
like
more
you said
thoughtful
it
way.
great before. You're thinking ahead. You guys are thinking ahead, like way, way ahead, because you know that these are the challenges that we have now, and in the future, that the regulation is getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and eventually,
It's going to be
in a couple of
impossible
years,
to
it's
do
probably
business.
going to be
Yeah, and
mandatory to have that.
it will be mandatory to have.
And you're already going to be
I
way
feel.
ahead of the curve. You're already going to be way, way, way ahead of the curve. There's going to be people that are still holding their squeegees, like not even knowing what the hell hit them. But because you invested in innovation, invested in the future, that's why you're going to be so successful with that. So
I feel like
I
people
respect that.
are
Really,
not
really, really, really good.
maybe people are not really respecting that story right now, because it's not affecting their bottom line. So me saving water through the water, the window cleaning process, they don't really care. But later on, as we go, as we grow, and as, like you said, the regular, it will be mandatory, and people are going to be spending money, to clean their windows, way more than right now, just because of the water. So I feel like later on it will be a nice storyline to have, and we will be the pioneer of that, because we started way before it was mandatory. We started when we felt it was. We started like that because it was our values that told us, hey man, like, we need to save that planet, we need to save water, we need to recycle that waste mineral filled water. And because my brother is, my brother is he's studying to he wants to start his own project of horticulture. And that's the whole thing. We're working on a project to recycle everything, and have a whole ecosystem of businesses to recycle our own waste. That's the future. And it's not green think, and it's just a good thing to do. And people are gonna be sensitive to that later on. They're not right now as much sensitive, but they will be. Trust. They will have to. We all got our basement flooded on July or August, so we're starting to be sensitive, because yeah, people are gonna be held accountable at some point if they're
Hey
not
Jesse,
changing.
thanks for watching, bro. Appreciate your support,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I went a little off track here, but no, basically it's our story, guys. Like, I was trying to give you a little hint of what we're trying to build as our storyline here in Uninet. And it's a storyline that's for it's when you're building your storyline, you should build it for the future. It's a long run game.
100%.
It's your brand. Like, a brand is a big word, but it's filled with, it's an important word. If you start thinking your business about, like, in terms of brand and branding, you're not just thinking about solopreneur and
And
family
hustles and
business.
side hustles and like little little quick ways to make a buck. You're actually building something for the future, like you said, and you're building something that people are gonna respect and need and value in the future. For all those reasons that you said about saving, like we have issues with the wildfires, and all that stuff. So of course, like it doesn't take like it doesn't take a genie to know that, man, those things are gonna be the future for sure. And yeah, bro,
Not
it's
yeah.
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead. No.
No,
I
no,
was about to go.
I,
But it
I
was
was just
just
gonna
not
say that.
it was not the storyline for, let's say, our grandparents. It was not their story.
No, it
Their
wasn't. Of
story
course not.
was not. They were not that they did not care about us, but
It wasn't a
oh,
problem. It
it
wasn't their
wasn't a
reality. It's
problem.
our it's our
It's our
problem now.
reality now. We need
Yeah.
we're in that generation where we need to figure out for these problems because it's our kids' problems. So those stories will hit us where it needs to hit us later on. And your heart knows today what your head will know tomorrow. And you will start understanding, oh my God, that's what it was all about. Yes, that was it. You felt it before, but now you're starting to understand it. So that's why when you're doing marketing, you're not trying to make people understand things. You're trying to make people feel things. That's how they're going to understand later on. They're going to they're going to figure it out later on. It's not your job. Let them figure it out, but hit their feeling. Hit their feeling. Maybe it'll hit them 25 years later from now, and they'll buy from you. You heard the Steinway piano example, George, in the book. You didn't read it.
No, I read it.
Just Steinway pianos are the most expensive pianos, and the example is a very simple example. There was a guy, there was an old man. He came to buy a Steinway piano. He came in the store at 57th Avenue in New York.
Oh yeah. He couldn't afford. Yeah.
He couldn't afford it for 25
Yeah.
years. He couldn't afford it, and there happened to be a marketing guy that was part of the marketing team at the Steinway store, and he asked him
which ad did
why.
you see?
He saw an ad 25 years back, and it stick. You know, so stories will get you further than information and just like telling people, hey, this is what I do in your neighborhood. This is great, but this is better than nothing.
So does that person. That person also does that. Why would I choose you?
So why would I choose you? Exactly. That's the differentiator. The storyline is the differentiator. It's what will make you be the chosen one. They will choose you because their gut feeling will tell them so.
I think you need many of those whats. You need a few whats. I don't think, unless it's a really like revolutionary what. But for example, you brought up an amazing point of saving the planet. Man, it's very important. Is that enough for somebody to switch right now for that? Or what if you had that and you also had a better, like a good cleaning solution? So you have a good cleaning solution and you have the planet saving benefits, versus that person over there using soap, using squeegee, and all those things.
For the person who for which the planet matters most, they will walk on glass to get my service, and price will not be in the discussion.
Will not be an issue.
And I'm not saying like you should rip off your clients because you have such a bigger, but I'm telling you that
I know
if
you have
you
costs,
build your
bro. You have costs to
storyline,
run that machine. You have costs. You know what I mean? It's not charity. Like at the end of the day, you're still running a business. You still have costs. You have to charge for them.
we're the same
But
price.
like what I'm trying
Let's
to say
be
is,
real.
like,
Let's be real. We're the
what I'm
same
trying to say
price
is
in the industry.
Look,
We're not even
Apple
more
doesn't
expensive.
just have one. Apple doesn't just have one like revolutionary thing. They have like, that's why they're so successful, because they have
Yes.
so many. There's so many whys adding to their story.
But you know that
And
when
I feel
once
like
we bought Jordan, once we bought the space vac and once we bought the machine and all that stuff, the day after and the day after and the day after, we still didn't have clients. People didn't care. Like we called these guys and we were like, yeah, we have that space vac with the camera. We could just like do everything without skyjacks, and it was revolutionary. The product was great. The service was amazing. We had the team. We had people to do the free quotes on site. We'll come. We'll do it. But people were still not convinced. Why? Because it's not fixing something right away. Like they need to see it. They need to feel it. What are we
you're
fixing?
right, because it is cool. It's like, wow, you have a camera attached to a long like vacuum pole. It sounds
To a long pole.
cool. Yeah. But it's like, no, there's still benefits. Like it eliminates the need for a ladder, and that eliminates the need, that
Or
eliminates
skyjack.
potential industries. People could get injured, and
So what needs
we
to be
save
fixed is that when we really
maybe
like thought about it,
maybe we didn't test it enough. Maybe we need a nice video done for clients to see, like a
exactement.
nice video or like
Because
something
what
like
we're
this.
trying to fix here is
I don't
really
think
the
we tested that
downtime
enough,
on
that
the
part.
machines. We're really trying to fix the downtime on the machines in the plants that we're cleaning. So these plants are used to have skyjacks all over and us cleaning with Swiffer dusters or whatever, and it goes all down, and we need to clean the machines after, and it's a very long and lengthy process. And what we're doing with the space vac is actually reducing that time frame where we need to close the machine down and you need to stop production. They save money on us doing that special work. They save time. They save on, and that's more important than us with the space vac, with the camera. The value is not there for them. The real value is how much time are they gonna be taking, really? And is it gonna be a lengthy process of are they gonna break something? Like, is it gonna be like they're gonna be very close with the machines, with the skyjacks? Like it's stressful. You take out the stress, so you take out a feeling. I'll try to take that feeling out. What's the story? Well, when these guys, they come and they have ladders and you're scared and you're looking at your supervisor, stay there and look at them because security and blah 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 matter, all the matters that could happen in it, like all the security matters that could happen in a plant. You take that stress out. You build your storyline around that.
What about having a cool story? Hang on a second. What about having a cool story, but it doesn't necessarily have a big impact to the person? And I'll give you an example. Okay, look, when you told me that when you would clean large buildings, like 4 stories high, you would sometimes send a drone with a camera to check and make sure if the windows were clean. Man,
Yeah,
I thought that was so cool. If I was the owner of that building, I'd be like, bro, you're sending a drone up after you wash the windows to make sure that they're cleaned properly. To me, in my head, I'm like, bro, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard. But does that necessarily mean you did a better cleaning job?
C'est vrai. Exact, c'est ça.
Cool. So, like,
Cool question, actually. Very cool question, because we asked ourselves that question when we were using the drone, like you say. It raised a problem. It raised an issue. Interesting, because we were like, we trust our technology. We know our technology is good. We optimized it so it's even better. We worked on it. So pure water in our room, like pure water in our home is not pure water. Like, I don't want to say everything, but we optimized the system so it works really well. We know what we're doing. Even at 5, I would say 6 floors up, we know what we're doing with the pure water. We have the tools. We have the attachments to fix problems up there without seeing it. And we have a way to see it. We have the tricks to see it from down. Or if we really have to, we go up there. It's even better than the drone because you're really like face to face with the window. And you go inside and you go see if you really have that issue. But usually your tool should be able to do the job, and you should trust your tool. So the drone raised that question.
Have you thought about having a camera just attached to the end of the pole? And having like a little arm that kind of sticks out
but it's the same thing. It's the same problem. You don't trust the process. You don't trust because it adds up to the it's additional weight. Like Obviously,
So
it's harder for the
imagine
boys.
I'm picturing a marketing campaign for you, and in the ad you see like a video of you guys cleaning the window. Then you see like a guy in the truck, all sophisticated in the truck,
Mhm.
piloting the drone, looking at every little crease of every little window, showing that you're doing a thorough,
Nobody
not
cares
just a
about that.
thorough
Nobody cares
cleanup,
about that. Trust. That's why the
but like an
drone
actual.
cleaning is not so popular right now. That's why the drone cleaning
That's okay. That's what
not
I'm
so
asking. So
popular right now.
that's why I asked, and I appreciate you answering because like how much does having a cool thing
That's
not necessarily adds a
the
lot of value.
I feel like that's the trap right now in these days. Um so Instagram disconnected us. We're too long for Instagram. Okay, whatever. Ciao. Bye Instagram.
Arrêtez la vidéo.
Um yeah. But
But it still says en direct right now.
yeah, we're still on the other platforms, just Instagram.
Okay, arrêtez la vidéo en direct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doesn't
Lame
matter.
Instagram, lame,
Lame,
weak.
very bad, very weak. But I would say that it's the trap to think that your gizmos and your tools and your cameras and all that stuff will help you in some way, because it I found out that it just raises more trust issues in clients. They're just like, yeah, but how good is your camera? You know, how good is your camera? Is it HD? Is it 4K? Do you really see? They trust more if you know about your process and you're able to tell them, ça fonctionne parce que. If you have to tell them, trust me, they won't trust you. Because people who say, trust me, we don't trust them. And we've read that in a book.
Before you said that.
We've read that in a book.
I trusted you a second before you said that. Now,
no, I don't trust you. As soon as you said it,
yeah.
trust me. It'll be fine.
It's over. Yep.
It's over. And now I'm looking at you while you're working. 100%. And
how many friends do you have when they're trying to convince you? They say that. I feel like weak. I feel like I have a lot of friends that when they're trying to convince me, they say, "Trust me." Even family members. When you're doubting it, you're like,
George, we have one friend who tried to convince me. We have one friend who tried to convince us.
Trust me, bro.
We had one friend who tried to convince all of us, and we're not gonna say his name, but he's probably watching us sometimes. We're not gonna say his name, and this guy tried to convince us to buy something.
Yeah, of course, and with time, you kind of tend to learn that.
Trust me, it's gonna go to the moon, bro.
You shouldn't listen to whatever everybody tells you. You should listen to your gut instinct.
Buy X.
And there are some people that you kind of weigh, like, because they have a proven track record of giving good advice. And that's the same thing with when it comes to like the reviews that we spoke about your business. Some people, when they say something, I'm listening because this person has a proven track record. They have the reviews to back it up, and I'm listening. My ears are open. Conversely, there are some people who just spew nonsense. They spew nonsense, and that's the equivalent.
So, what are you attracted? What's attracting you to that person? It's really not what they're saying, but what they've done in the past.
Of course, reputation.
Their track record is what they've done in the past. So it's their storyline. You're attracted to what they did before. You know, their story.
It's all about the storyline.
It's all about the story. If you know their story, you know what you're buying.
I put a huge weight on reviews. I think that is near the top when it comes to your strategy. Social proof is everything.
100%.
Social proof is everything, man. You did a good job for 500 people that gave you a 5-star. The chances are I'm going to have a similar experience.
So yeah, we're just gonna end it up.
It went way over time.
Ah ouais, big 1h05. Ça c'était malade. C'est un
great conversation, Phil.
I just want to say, bro, if you shovel straight information at people without building the right storyline, you're just a commodity. You know, you're just another commodity. You're just another paper in the Publisac, guys. You need to, how do you say that? comment tu dis te démarquer, George? I forgot.
You need to be different. You need to stand out.
You need to stand out. It's the standing out that will make people see you. People don't see sameness. They don't see it. They don't feel it. They don't buy it because they just didn't see you. They passed right past you. So the worst marketing position that you could ever find yourself in is the commodity position. And trust is meant to be felt, but is never stated. It's not something that you
Explain
have
the
to...
trust through a story. Like, you have to convey trust through a story. Give examples. You have to give examples of why you're to be trusted. Not like, oh, we're a company, we've been in business since. Well, that's actually better than saying, yeah, trust me. At least you have like a reason why. But you need to convey a story. Like, we've been in business since 1903. We've helped 1,000 clients achieve XYZ. You see, that's kind of a story. Maybe it's not a strong story. I would agree. I just came up with that on the fly. It's not a strong story, but at least it's a story, and it's better than saying like, "Yeah, trust us with your business. We're gonna take care of it." Why? Why should I trust you?
That's not a strategy. That's not a strategy at all. If you have that strategy, comment. Please let us help you. We'll help you with your strategy. All right, on that, let's go back to work. And thank you for listening. And we'll be there tomorrow for another.
Tomorrow's getting Tuesday done. Tomorrow's all about organization, guys.
Sorry, guys. On fait ça un petit Easter egg pour ceux qui ont regardé jusqu'à la fin. On va faire un petit Easter egg. T'es-tu down?
All right.
On pop un Easter egg. Okay, let's go.
I have no idea what you think. Shit. And guys, I'm gonna say it again if you guys don't mind. Go check us out on our YouTube channel. Sign up to our channel here. I'm gonna put it on the board here. Nope, that's not it. I'll put it here right now. YouTube.com/The Strategy Vault Podcast. We're already at 14 or 15 subscribers. It's only a couple weeks that we're doing this. And just let us know. Let us know how you're liking our shows, what we could do different. It's always good to get some comments, guys. Appreciate you. I don't know where Fel went. I don't know what's going on with this Easter egg. It's not even Easter right now. I don't know where he's going with his. Okay.
So
let's see him.
This is the Easter egg, guys.
Oh. Wow, what a cutie, Rafael.
Petit bébé Raphaël.
Wow, he's like 2 days old.
So yeah, that's the benefit of having a podcast at home.
I can't wait to see you, to meet your son. I'm gonna be back in a few weeks. I felt, hey, you're coming and get me, right?
Yeah, coming to get you at the airport. 100%. So, c'est ça. Je leur montrerai pas avant un petit bout dans le podcast parce que it's only for the real ones. Only for the real ones that were there. If you want to see Raphael, you need to see...
again, bro.
Thanks, bro. So that was on Friday for people who were asking, and everything went well. Mommy's fine. Everybody's fine. Everybody's in good health. And we have a pretty baby home. So that's why we missed on Friday, by the way, guys. I was a little busy. So yeah, on finit là-dessus, mon Johnny.
À demain, always guys. A pleasure, bro. Yes, sir.
On se voit demain. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Ciao, bro.